What's up, jewelry aficionados? Elliot Rodriguez here. I know it's been a little while. I was on a business trip in Seattle and Portland. The stores up there are buying $1,000 to $3,000 price range, vintage and antique jewelry especially. So I wanted to show these old European cut diamond Victorian era antique earrings from the 1870s. 18 karat yellow gold. They've got the patina on them, which comes from exposure to air. After the gold's been exposed to air for a long time, we got 1.26 carats of old European cut diamond centers. They're VS clarity, they're near colorless, and 0.24 carats of side diamonds. They're 4.30 grams and length is a half inch. So what was going on during the 1870s? Well, the Art Nouveau movement was starting, which was its own style of jewelry, heavy on naturalistic flowing designs. René Lalique is the most famous designer from that era. There were diamond and gemstone discoveries, big ones. South Africa, late 1800s, diamonds. A lot of the gold miners from California who went there in 1848 when gold was discovered there, they flocked to South Africa to make their new fortune, or their fortune for the first time if it didn't work out in California, because the gold dried up pretty fast. Opals were discovered in Australia. Those are where the best opals in the world come from. We're in the middle of the Victorian era. 1870s, the middle era, known as the Grand Era. They were heavy on the sentimental jewelry, especially when Victoria's husband, Albert, died. And there were motifs of the sentiment was really coming out. They would spell out words through the gemstones, the first letter of a gemstone. So you would have like the word regard spelled out through the gemstones. You'd have a ruby for the regard. You'd have an emerald for the E in regard. And then you'd have a G, garnet. And they were all placed in this alphabetical order. And there's also a lot of mourning jewelry. What else? This was also an era when machines were taking over, and that would go on to inspire the Art Deco era jewelry of the 1920s and 1930s. After the American Civil War, a lot of the world was thinking the American experiment failed. But no, it did not. Our industry exploded after that. You had Vanderbilt making railroads all throughout the country. You had John D. Rockefeller getting, gas? No, not gas, but oil for kerosene to light the country. And then Andrew Carnegie worked with scientists to mass produce steel. Steel was used in silverware. It was very limited use because it was expensive. And he worked with these scientists to make it cost effective. And he's able to make a ton of steel, and that's where a lot of the skyscrapers are built with steel. So America exploded, and with that, there was also the mass manufacturing of jewelry starting. Handmade jewelry was still the most popular and the most valued, but now with manufactured jewelry, the masses were able to get at jewelry. Let's just say that's it. That's a lot for you to digest right now and memorize. And thanks for watching. It's good to be back. I hope you're enjoying your fall. Take care.